Day 35 of the treatment. The system is starting to stabilize a little bit. You can see the algae is starting to recede a little bit, which is great. Let's make sure all this stuff goes in here. There we go. So you can see a lot of the rocks are clean. We do have some patchy algae left, but in general the rocks are looking much better. So starting to have a lot of hope that we're going to get through this. A lot of those big clumps the cleanup crew can't get to. It's just too thick, so I have to manually go and remove it. But the good thing is that the areas where the cleanup crew can get to, the rocks are clean, meaning that the algae is not growing back faster than what they can consume, which is what we're looking for. So once a week I do a water change, and when I have the hands in the tank, I go ahead and take that as an opportunity to remove the thick bunched up algae. I can't get it all, especially like in these bottom sections here where it's too deep. Gotta practically put my whole body in there to get to it. So I've been just kind of leaving that go. But we can see over here it's really bad, where these are just areas that I can't physically get to, and the cleanup crew really has a hard time getting to it. But I think that's going to do it today. You can see that we are making significant progress. So we're a little over a month now, and the rocks are looking much better. So I think it's just a matter of time now and manual removal, and we'll get back to perfection. Alright, see you next time. Okay, so it's day 38 of the Rebiotic treatment. It's a second to last day for the dosing here. So about every third dose I actually put in the sump just to seed my rocks. And you'll see too, even when you put it in the sump, some of it still makes its way into the display. Yeah, so far it's been working pretty good. I'll do a conclusion video at the end, but we do only have one more dose, so we can check out how it's doing here real quick. So far pretty good. I feel like the water is really cleared up since I've used this. Seems like the 1 month mark is really where you really start seeing the differences, and then it just kind of keeps getting better. So you can see we just really have some patchy algae, but the areas where the cleanup crew can get to it, it's pretty much staying clean. So I think with manual removal, kind of like we talked about last time, which I haven't really done much of, to be honest. I've been kind of lazy in that respect. But yeah, I think if I just manually remove the big chunks, we'd be pretty much through. So I may have to go in there and just do that. But I'm pretty satisfied so far. So we'll see you on the last day, which will be 3 days from now, and then we'll do a conclusions video. Day 41 of the Rebiotic treatment, which this will be the last dose of the 6-week program. And we can go over the results and the conclusions. Seems like a short 6 weeks, but we're finally there. So you can see the final dose going in the tank now. It's definitely a lot. You can see we got a little bit of cyano growing on the rocks. Not too much, nothing to be really concerned about. Just a few little patches we're going to address in time. So you can still see that we have algae. It's not a huge amount of algae, but definitely still have little patches of algae growing in the tank. Let's see, a little bit of cyano. So this is a little bit more cyano than I've seen in my tank in a while, so I'm not really sure what that's about. You can see those little patches starting to grow here. So overall, I think the treatment was a partial success. I think that it doesn't hurt the tank by any means. The water clarity of my tank really has never been better since I've been doing this treatment. And the algae has receded. There is a lot of patchy algae still, but you can see there's still a lot of clean rock along with those patchy algae spots. So where the cleanup crew can get to the rocks and eat the algae, it seems to be holding it back. So what I've been having to do is manually remove those big clumps and let the cleanup crew do its job. So was it a success? I would say partial, but not, complete removal of the algae. I think these bacterial treatments aren't really meant to completely eliminate your algae by themselves, even though the packaging does say that, the promotional material does say that, it doesn't. I added more cleanup crew during this process. Not a whole lot, but probably 3 or 4 urchins and a few snails. I added more coral to help compete with the algae, and the coral themselves do seem to be, they're doing really well. Unfortunately, this camera just does not pick up the colors at all, but they're actually really bright and beautiful. But yeah, overall, I think it's a success, but not total success. So would I recommend Rebiotic? Yes. One of the main reasons is it's so economical. I was using the Microbacter Clean before this. I only used it for 20 days, but that stuff was quite a bit more expensive. It's a similar product, not the same, but that was just getting really expensive. 20 days I spent as much in 20 days as I did this whole 6 weeks on the treatment with the Microbacter Clean. And I still have a lot of the Rebiotic left, probably enough for another 6 weeks of treatment. So it's much more economical, and I feel like these little particles, they float around and they get lodged into the little crevices and populate the rock a little bit better. But yeah, you could still see that there is definitely algae. But I think with a little time and maybe some more cleanup crew, we can completely get rid of the algae. So that covers it. I think you guys should definitely try it if you're having these kind of problems. And if you have cloudy water, it is amazing. It completely clears up your water. I mean, it is really, really clear. You can't tell by this video because there's tons of the treatment in the water right now, but it is very, very clear. Well, that'll do it for today, and I'll do another update in a few weeks to see how we do. Just wanted to share with you guys a little bonus video at the end of this conclusion. just to show you how clear the water is. This is about 3 hours after we did the final treatment. And I just can't express enough how clear this water is. It's just amazing. And we'll get a side shot. And you can see here, and now that's going all the way to the end. That's 4 feet. That coral that you see in the background, that's about 3 feet away. So it is crystal clear. So anyway, just wanted to share that last little bit with you, and we'll see you on the next one.